Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. We are going to start our very first session from teaching literacy course for AD students, third semester. Um, uh, the study of students, uh, students have suffered a lot uh, because their classes are off for many days. Almost 3 months are going to complete, but still there are no chances of opening the colleges because of this pandemic, COVID-19. The very first session of the third semester is why teaching literacy course, or why this course, what is the importance of this course. And this course talks about the importance of reading and writing, and we are going to discuss some very important points in this session. It is said that reading is the foundation of all academic success. Definitely, everybody will agree that if one knows reading, will likely do better job in his coming years when he will be promoted. If he doesn't know reading, if he is less skilled in reading, then if he's less skilled in reading, then he will definitely not perform a better job. He will not perform a better job in his coming classes. So reading is the foundation of all academic success. He will do better job in all his subjects if he is a good reader, if he is a good comprehension, if he is deep thinking, and if he knows how to read and he uses all the strategies which are regarding reading. So this is the very first point, that reading is the foundation of all academic success. Our second point is our many children in Pakistan. Many children in Pakistan, they go to school, but they are not going to learn about reading. Um, th- when they go to school, they are not going to learn reading. Why this happens? Because our teachers don't teach them reading. Our teachers themselves are unaware of teaching reading strategies. They have not got proper training, even, or they have not researched anything, or they have not come into contact with such scholars who tell them about the importance of reading, about the strategies of reading. That's why we see that our children go to school, but they are doing a poor job in reading. So we must understand this fact, that when they go to school, what they are doing, why they are not promoting in reading, why they are not applying the strategies of reading, why they are not skilled readers, what stops them becoming the good readers. We must understand this fact too. The third point of the session is reading needs to be taught. It is not learned itself. Our teachers think that when we ask our students to read and they fail to read, their job is over. They don't understand that reading is taught. Reading doesn't come itself. It has strategies, it has skills. Students must have mastery over those skills and strategies, otherwise he will not be a good reader. And how these strategies are taught, if I myself don't know how to teach reading, if I myself don't know how to combine letters and what strategies are applied there, and how vowel sounds are learned, and how vowel sounds are sounded, if I myself don't know about these strategies, how will I teach? How will I have a remedy when students are weak at reading? How will I pinpoint their weakness? And how will I correct them? And how will I show them the easy process of reading? When our students don't know reading, we say he's dull, we say he's weak, we say he's not interested, but this is not the case. Our students will show their interest. Definitely they will show their interest if we will teach them how to read, if we will teach them skills, if we will teach them strategies. And these strategies must be continued, they must be continuously taught in the classes, so that our students may have a grip on those strategies, and then they will independently apply those strategies for their reading, and they will be independent readers too. So the importance of this course, that why this course, because this course talks about the value and worth of reading. Fourth point is we think that when we teach our students, when we test our students, we think we are teaching our students reading. But testing is one thing, and teaching reading is another thing. When we ask our students to read and they fail to read, we say that we say that he doesn't know reading and he's not interested and he is sloth student and he's not worthwhile and he's lacking interest. But this is not the case. Again, we ourselves lack training, we ourselves lack strategies, we ourselves don't know how to teach reading. So we must be well acquainted with the process of teaching reading. Then there definitely we will be a good result in the class. We see that some students have good background knowledge than the other students, and this background knowledge, have some students have good background knowledge and some have not, because their parents are educated, they have well educated parents, they have good number of books available at home, and their parents are taking interest to teach them at home, while some students are devoid of this facility. Why? Because their parents are uneducated, the number of books are not available at home, they don't see parent-rich environment. That's why there's a gap between good readers and bad readers. So we want to bridge this gap. We don't want to we don't want to see some students good and bad. We want to see all good students in the class, and this will be only then when we are going to work on the poor students. We must teach them strategies that why he or she fails to read. When we will teach them particular skills, then there definitely will be no gap among the students. All the students will go along one line. They all will work shoulder to shoulder with each other, and there will not be inferiority complex among the readers. Why? Because teacher has taken steps to bridge this gap, and he is not going to let it happen, the inferiority complex among the poor students, because they don't know reading, because teachers taking proper steps to teach them reading now. Fifth point is most teachers have no training. Again, our education sectors are not working well. They are not planning for the training of the teachers. New teachers are appointed, but they are not well trained. If our education sector takes interest in organizing a well planned training for the new appointed teachers, then again our student teachers will be trained and they will apply the strategies of reading for our students, and then there will be again no poor student and all students will be good at reading, and there will be no gap and there will be no inferiority complex, and students will be good readers because teachers have been trained by the government properly, and then they have been given such courses to teach reading. Then they are applying the strategies of reading to in front of their students, and then the students are catching all those strategies and they are applying those strategies on themselves, upon themselves, to become the good readers, to become fluent readers, to become deep readers, to become excellent readers. um, this thing, the last point of the session is, which is very much important, that teaching reading is not the job of an English teacher, but it is the job of almost every teacher. Suppose if I am teaching Islamic subject, and there's a text of Islamic subject. If my student fails to read Islamic subject, what should I do? My job is to become the reading teacher now. If any student who is reading science text, but if science teacher doesn't know the proper strategies of teaching reading, then his students will not do good job in reading science. If any student who is reading social study subject or GK, but he doesn't know how to read, and his teacher is not going to teach him reading strategies because he himself doesn't know, perhaps, or he has not tried to learn those skills, then students will not perform well. Then this course, which has been designed with the help of USAID, suggests that this is not only the job of English teacher to teach reading, but it is the job of every teacher. Social study teacher, Islamic teacher, science teacher, mathematics teacher, it's their job too to teach reading. They must learn the strategies of reading. They must learn phonics. They must learn phonemic awareness. They must learn vocabulary, the strategies of vocabulary. They must learn the strategies of fluency, so that our students may be good in all those components of reading, and our students will definitely be good. And the last point I am going to share with you here, that if all the teachers become aware of the strategies of teaching reading, and all those strategies are rightly applied at the right level, then I don't see that our students will be dropped out, because and all those strategies must be taught by the standard 3. It is said that those students who fail to read by standard 3 are likely to be dropped out. So we must consider this point, that we must teach these strategies of reading by standard 3, and then there are no dropout ratios. So this was the first session for students of semester 3. The name of the course is teaching literacy. So we will take an other session on some other day. Till then, see you. Goodbye.